Hi, I'm Hunter Smith from Electronic Arts, and we're here to show you Godfather II, coming out in February. So the big difference between Godfather I and Godfather II is this time you get to be the Don. Early in the game, you work for Michael Corleone, you're in Cuba with the other families in the modern half of the Godfather II storyline. And very quickly in the game, you get to become a Don for the Corleone family. They appoint you to be a Don. Okay, so here we are in the Don's view, and besides going into the action game and doing things myself, bringing guys with me, I can also send guys to do things for me. So I'm going to take one of my guys, my demolitions expert, and I'm going to send him over to this front and have him bomb that location. Because if I can bomb that location, that makes money for that other family. It's going to limit their ability to continue to pay for guys. And I can also send guys to take over another location. So I'm going to send 2 guys here, and they're going to try to take it over. They've got 7 guys there. My guys are pretty strong. I put some RPG skills in them. I think they're going to have a reasonable chance of success, so we'll see. Now I'm going to take 3 of them, and they're going to come with me, and we're going to go off on the battle ourselves. So you can see you also get updates as you're playing the game, what's going on, and that will constantly update as you play. So you can see, are your guys winning? Do you want to do anything differently? Now we've got some update from Tom that our bomber was successful. So we can go back to the Don's view, take a quick look, see that that location is bombed. Now, if we went by that location inside the game, we'll actually see that it's on fire. And the whole time it's on fire, that other family doesn't have that benefit anymore. And then here we can see the battle going on, and it'll update each time they come back to the Don's view what currently is the state of that strategy game and that experience. So now we're going to go back in, and we're going to try to take over that chop shop. So we're going to head over there. And this is our Florida location. We've got 3 different areas that you play in. There's New York, Florida, and Cuba. And each of them are really designed very differently. As we can see, we just got a message that one of our guys, Dale DeLuca, was actually wounded, so he'll be out of the game for 12 minutes. And that's an RPG attribute. I could make him healthier, I can make him stronger, I can make him get out of the hospital faster. We can see the location that we bombed up here on the right. And you can see if we drive over here, you can see that it's actually burning inside the game. If we went by the location where those guys were battling, which you can see from the Don's view, a little further behind where it's bombed, we could see those guys battling, and we could join them in the fight. Instead, we're going to head over to the chop shop. As I was mentioning before, there's 3 different cities that we play inside the game, and each of them are really different in design. One of the things we learned between Godfather I and Godfather II, we really tried to design the worlds around the gameplay. So they each feel very different. You know, the Florida is much more wide open, longer sight lines. You know, New York is more dense, higher buildings, and Cuba's got a really great old world feel to it. So we're going to head over here to try to take over this chop shop. But that bridge is up, and in order for us to get in, we've actually already done a favor. And favors and having a currency of favors is a big part of the world of The Godfather. You got to have the right people in your pocket. If you remember the beginning of both Godfather I and Godfather II, the films, we were at the Corleone location, and people were coming to the Don asking him to do favors because he had people in his pocket. Well, you have the union boss in your pocket, and you had already done a favor for him. So now we can go up and talk to this guy, and he'll let us in.
Lower the bridge. I need to get across.
You got it. Mr. Green already called ahead with the authorization.
So now it sends the bridge down, and we can go in and try to take this chop shop racket over. So now when we go into each one of these locations, they're designed to have multiple ways that you could play them. And that is really going to be different based on what crew you bring. So we could decide to go down the middle, have our guys hanging out the window, and go in guns a-blazing. We also could sneak over to the left-hand side, use our engineer to cut through a fence, and try to sneak our way around. We could send an engineer inside this building here. There's power there, and we could take out the lights. If we take out the lights, that'll attract people up to this side of the world, and we can pick them off. But I'm going to show you how we could send guys down and how easy it is to direct your crew and how smart they are, because they'll end up fighting on their own. We're going to send them to a spot right down there, and they're going to make their way across the map to try to take these guys out. Now first, while these guys are just kind of hanging out, these guards, we're going to snipe 1 or 2 of them ourselves and then let our guys go into battle. So we're going to follow on our way down, and you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, our battle alert comes up, and it's constantly updating. So as you start taking guys out, or guys in your family get taken out, it gets updated on the screen so you can kind of see how you're doing. So you can see our guys are smart, they're taking cover, they've taken 2 guys out, there's a guy behind us that's shooting. Up on top of that, a sniper up there, so one of our guys is taking him out. I think you got him. And when you use your guys to do their special abilities really come into play. So I have an arsonist with me. I'm going to send the arsonist over to blow up that gas tank. And it's as simple as moving my cursor onto that spot, pressing the button, he goes. And he'll tell you as you're playing the game that he's got special abilities, and those options are available to you in the environment. You can also see them, so it's very easy to interact with them. Just like it is easy to direct your crew. It's really one button press to send them to a location, or one button press to bring them back. So the arsonist blew up that tank, and now we're sort of smoking some of these guys out because we're trying to find the racket boss. Got lots of new weapons and some old favorites like our Molotov cocktails. You can see these guys coming down trying to take some cover. We're going to go up and see if we can get one of these guys and show you an execution. Added a bunch of new executions for the game. Each weapon has a different one depending on whether they're on their knees or whether they're standing up. Because in the world of the Godfather, you got to send a message when you take a guy out. Okay, so here's another CSA that we have. These are doors, and we can bomb them because we have a demolitions guy. So all we do is put our cursor over that, press the button. He's going to make his way up there, set off the bomb. He's already over there. He's setting the bomb at that location. Now, the whole time he's doing that, he's vulnerable, but that's one of your RPG stats you can spend money on to increase his ability to do that much faster. And that'll make a big difference because he's vulnerable the whole time he's doing it. You got to keep cover. Right now, there wasn't someone that was attacking. But it also makes a big difference because when you go online, you play as these guys. And so you're going to do those specialties when you go online. If you had spent money to increase that RPG skill, you'll be more effective when you're playing the game. Yeah, he's going to get to show you another one of our executions. Oh, painful. Okay, so we're going to keep making our way. We're trying to find that racket boss. Headshots are easy. Godfather 1 was lock-on only. Godfather 2, it's free aim with the weapon the whole time, and then you can lock on when you want. And the reason we have the free aim is for shooting very easily, but also for directing your crew. Simply move your cursor there, presses one button, his guys are going to guard that point. So they'll fight from that spot. Now he's able to come around to the top and take some of these guys out. You've got dynamite, bombs, and Molotovs that you can toss and use. Lots of different weapons and levels, multiple levels for each weapons, and you find them as you're moving throughout the game world. So he's going to bring his crew along with him. He's going to just press one button and they'll start to follow him again. And the stats up on the left-hand side, you can see the HUD for each one of them, so you know their health and you know what they're currently doing. He's pressed the button, so now they're all following him. And when they are in combat, they need to get in combat, they go right back into combat. You can see over on top of that crane was the racket boss, and that's really where we're trying to get to, because that's how we're going to take over this racket. We got to defeat his guys and get to him. So he's going to send some of his guys down here again. There they are. They're going down to that location, so they'll continue to make their way down in battle. So they'll take cover, they'll continue fighting, moving towards the area you directed him. Isn't that great fire? We really do fire well. So there's 3 guys left. I might let those guys... Oh, there's one of them still out here. And depending on how I play in the game, since it's a live strategy game, a family may have a lot of money and might value this location a lot, so they might have had 25, 30 guys at this location. You could come another time, there could only be 4 guys at this location because they might not value it or they might not have a lot of money. So it will end up really making, depending on who you bring and how well guarded it is, it's going to make playing each venue different each time you play. So there's the racket boss, and we got to break him. So you can see up on the screen he's got a flashing bar, and if you get him past the breaking point, he's going to fall for you, right? He's going to do what you need him to do. But there's a little greed game there. If you push him farther, you're going to make a little bit more money. So a big part of the game is trying to figure out how far you can push these guys. Now, you don't want to push him too far. If you push him too far and kill him, he's going to close down the shop. You're not going to be able to take it over. But there's also the weak spot. Everyone's got a specific weak spot, and if you can find that weak spot, you're going to get a 25% bonus. That really makes a difference in your money, because at the end of the day, the world of organized crime is all about making money.
Enough! I'll pay. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do it. I will make you suffer in the worst possible way.
Okay, the racket's yours. Just lay off of me, all right?
So now we've taken this guy over. That means we've taken over the 4th racket in that crime ring, and we're going to get the armored car bonus. So as we go out into the world, we're going to run out of here. We're going to see that we've got an armored car. We can get into it and drive around in the game. So really at the heart of Godfather, it's about you being the Don this time. We follow along the arc of the Godfather II storyline, the modern half with Michael Corleone as lead. And Michael puts you in charge because he's got to deal with the FBI and a lot of other things going on. So you're the one who builds your family. You hire your first guy. You can get up to 7 guys in your family. You decide what skills they have. You decide what RPG attributes you want to increase. You can send them out into the world. So your job is to lead the Corleones to victory over each of the 5 families.
Still there?
Stay down.
Don't hurt me!
So thanks very much for watching our demo, and the game will be out on PS3, 360, and PC on February 24th. Ow! Maybe we'll just give him a little toss. There he goes.